Okay. I think Pastor Denise's line must have dropped. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the call. We're excited about having you guys on the call with us today, and got a great, exciting lineup for you. Just a couple things that we want to go over with you. Don't forget the promotion that's going up. Believing that we should have an email in the next couple of days for the event at the Mirage Hotel in February and March. So you guys definitely want to get that on your calendar, get that going to work, get your planning in place so that not only you can go, but your team can go with you as well. So we want to be really, really excited about that. Pastor D, you back with us?
I am back. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Thank you. I don't know what happened here. My phone is going to act right this morning. But, yeah, you're right, Pastor. I think I heard you announcing the 610 extravaganza. I think that you already covered that correct. That's taking place on Saturday, March 14th, and also the promotion that's taking place this month. You went over that, right, Pastor Dell?
I did not go over the promotion. I was just going over the extravaganza.
Extravaganza. Tickets on sale Friday, family. We're excited about that. People are already booking their plane tickets, Pastor Dell, and also looking for the prices for the rooms at the Mirage, at hotels nearby. So folks are ready for this day to be given, and they are taking action. And we're excited because I think this is going to be a huge, one of the biggest events that Team Up the Network has had thus far. And the promotion for this month, the December Frenzy promotion, where you can win a mini iPad. Take advantage of that. I mean, a free mini iPad. Many of us have already won one, but there's a lot more that really want to win that iPad. So thank you, Melanie Gill, for offering that again. And all you have to do this time, family, is get 2 new business partners on the Diamond Package, and then help those 2 to get their 2, and you win a free mini iPad. So that's our promotion for this month, and that lasts until the end of December. But it started December 1st, so some of you have already qualified or halfway there. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Well, Pastor, I'm excited because I know we have some powerful leaders on the call today. I want to hear what you did this weekend, and Vicki and Denise Moore and everyone else that was part of the big event that took place in Indiana. So if you would just let us know who our guests are for today, and so they can share all the excitement that took place out of town last weekend.
Well, you know, we always say it's really important to go to the big events in your area whenever you have an opportunity, because big things happen at big events. People come and they see something clear, they see something that ignites them. We're always talking about Kansas City meeting that Mel and Amy did not want to go to, but you know, everybody told them they needed to be there. They needed to be there. And finally, at the last minute, they got their money together and they went to Kansas City to this big event. And when they went to this big event, they traced their success back to that Kansas meeting where they said when they left Kansas, they left ready to do this business. And as a result, a few years later, they became millionaires. And as you know now, they are owners of our company, our great company, Team Effort International, in its divisions, My Video Talk and Team Effort Network. So, you know, you never know what's going to spark the fire in you or some of your team members, what's going to, you know, codify something to make something a little bit more clear and plainer for you so that you can get the excitement to run and move your business faster, building this business at a fast level versus a slow pace. And that's what happened in Indianapolis, Indiana, last weekend. We had a great time with some great leaders there, with Vicki Soto, her team. You had the host there, Tonda and DJ McCord. All of these people were just really, really ready to strike a match to get their business off the ground. But one of the key leaders that's just a rising star that was there, that's on the call today, is really exciting because, you know, she's a professional, she's a business person, she's a 3-time elected official, and she's really, really serious about building this business. And we have her on the call today, and, you know, her and I was talking the other day, and she said, you know, Pastor Dale, she said, my job is getting in the way of my business. You know, when somebody sees their job as the problem to building their business, That's when you know you got somebody you better watch out for. So I'm going to see if Miss Denise Moore is on the line with us. Miss Denise, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here, Pastor Dale. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I am exceptionally well today, and thank you.
Good. Oh, good. Well, hey, listen, we want to move out of the way. I know you got somebody that you brought on to talk with you as well, but tell us, this is a whole nother audience now. So tell us, what happened on Saturday, the motivations, give us your thoughts on it, and, why, wow, you had a lot of people there.
Yes. I'll tell you, the Indianapolis Super Saturday was amazing. It's just people don't understand when you are in a business like ours or any business, you have to. It is necessary. It is so important to attend the event. Pastor Dale, you just brought it. The information that you shared was invaluable. I learned so much from Saturday's event on the compensation plan. And what's most interesting is I've been getting paid residual as well as weekly bonuses and fast start bonuses, that sort of thing. I didn't even know where the money was coming from until you broke it down on Saturday. Wow. But again, it's funny. I didn't seem to care at that time, but now I do. And I'll tell you why, because you shared with us how to build our team and help everyone get paid. What I realized is that I have been leaving money on the table. When you really break down our compensation plan the way that you did, it just opens your eyes to the potential of what everyone can achieve in this business. So the training was just phenomenal. You actually left us with so many nuggets to grow our organization, nuggets that we wouldn't have gotten had we not been there. And I know for sure that we were all sitting in millionaire seats in that room that day at the Indianapolis Super Saturday.
Well, Denise, you didn't come alone either. You brought a pretty good crowd of people with you, right?
I did. I actually had 8 team members at the event, and they had people in their cars as well. So it was phenomenal. The event was so super exciting that everybody that attended the event, they're just ready to build a huge organization and take over Ohio and the Midwest, they told me. So much so that I actually have one of our partners here on the phone with us this morning, and I'd like to introduce him. He's super, super, super wonderful guy. His name is Dwight Washington. He's a good friend, and he's my mentor. You talk about a busy person. Pastor Dale, Dwight is super busy. He's a very successful businessman and owns his own law firm. He came into the business about 4 months ago and has been a very valuable partner on the Dayton team, just taking responsibility and a leadership role to help grow the Dayton area. He and his wife, Peggy, are on fire, and especially after the Super Saturday event. They have, Dwight basically shared with me, he has seen the light. And he has a super testimony about how he got started in the spray business. So, Dwight, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, Dwight. Glad to have you on the line with us, sir.
Pastor Dale, Pastor Denise, I will direct my comments to everybody, but I can only echo what Denise said about our training, and Pastor Dale was able to give us guidelines such as the 80-20 rule, and I'm not going to try to explain them, warm and cold market, and all kinds of things that were helpful for us to come back and contemplate and do it. But let me leapfrog. Denise is correct. I've been in the business for about 4 months. And when I got into business, I made a couple vows. One vow was I've been in other multi-level marketing business, and one was I'll never do this again. And of course, here I am, knee deep running, and there's a reason that this is very effective for me. In addition to what I shared last night, Pastor Dale, I'm going to move into another direction. I'm an avid yard person. I love working out in my yard. And one day I was out in my yard in the spring of 2013, and I rolled my ankle, but I'm no athlete. But I said, hey, it's a sprained ankle. I'll be okay. Well, then the next 2 weeks, I had that rolled ankle diagnosed that I was on a cane. I've never been on a cane before in my life, and it was a sciatic nerve injury. And I'll say I am very sensitive when I'm in those big box stores and see people in motorized wheelchairs now. I say a conscious prayer for their health because I know how difficult it is to get around. But anyway, after start taking the cell energy for a surgical procedure, I was introduced to the other family members, and particularly the Berry family, the Gosha, the Aki, the Maki. So I started taking the Berry family in the Super 10, and my sciatic nerve, I was doing yoga and stretches, and I went to physical therapy, and it was getting better. But after I started taking the Super 10, the real challenge was sleeping at night, because anyone who's had any low back issues can identify with that. Well, over the last 2 months, I can say, and this is not a medicinal assertion, but I can say my sleep has been undisturbed. My left side of my body has been absolutely painless, and I'm a big advocate of the product. And the products, the vitamin D, the B Boost, the Slim, the Super 10, and my baby, the Cell Energy, which I won't get into today, are real. So Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale, thank you for allowing us out here to have the chance to experience this wonderful product.
Well, I tell you, man, it is so great to have you guys with your testimonies. You had so many testimonies there on Saturday. It just really, really, blew me away. Just, again, how well these products are put together, and the ingredients and the quality ingredients and the delivery system that is getting such a result there in the whole Midwest area. Now, you guys, we had the meeting in Annapolis, but people came down from the north, from Chicago. They came down from the south of Kentucky, and they came from the west. You guys in Ohio, or Dayton, and Cincinnati, and it was just a great centralized location for everyone to be in. But your wife Peggy just really, really blessed me. She had a lot of great compliments and things to say about this company and about the product and what's going on, how you guys are using it. But Dwight, you brought a big book. I don't know what that book was, man. It was about a 400-page book. You bought that book and you read something in that book. What was that book, and what did you read in that book to us? Because I thought it was very important, very exciting.
Interesting. This book is by Dr. Patrick Walsh. He is one of the eminent authorities on prostate cancer, and he is a senior professor of urology at the Johns Hopkins Institute. And in doing my research, I was looking up about glutathione. And interesting, I didn't anticipate this, and spirits work in a special way. Here's what I've read to the group. Glutathione protects against free radicals and against oxidative damage that inflammation cells can produce. It serves as a genetic fire extinguisher, rendering free radicals into harmless, water-soluble products and providing toxic cleanup on a cellular level. And I was reading this prior to even knowing glutathione was in Cell Energy. And so when I picked up the Cell Energy and saw that was part of the compound with alpha-lipoic acid, resveratrol, and the natural caffeine, it just hit a chord. And Pastor, you're right. This is not Dwight words. These are eminent folks in the field saying this as well.
Wow, I'm telling you, that was so amazing. When he read that, I could see the light in the room go on in people's eyes, especially learning a little bit more about that glutathione, when it talks about being a fire extinguisher, for your cells. Wow, man, that was an amazing thing just to hear that thing, and I'm so excited about what the product is doing for you and the people that you know and love. And I'm glad to hear that you guys are really focused on, running with this team, running with this company, and really blowing up the Ohio and the whole metro area there. It's going to be a great ride for you guys. You're in the right place at the right time. Denise, coming back to you just real quickly, what would you tell people about the importance of getting their team to an event? Like I said, you guys brought a couple carloads with you. If you'd have came by yourself, it'd have been great. But why was it so powerful in bringing a team with you? Hello, did we lose you, Denise?
I don't hear her, Pastor, but I can tell you what she shared with me.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
She said it's critical for us to also not only be able to do the administrative piece, but it's critical for us to be able to go as a group, sit and listen. And we met other folks, as you said, from Owensboro, Kentucky, from Chicago, and particularly listen to who I consider some of the pioneers of this industry, that it gives you a central ability to get on fire and to understand we're not doing this alone, and also to understand that there's sort of a synergy that's driven by folks doing collective acts. So she was just critical in telling us we should be there, and she's just as critical telling us we better be in Vegas at the Mirage.
Well, I tell you, that is so important, because when you have leaders like Vicky Soto and Denise, who sees the vision, understands the concept of timing and positioning, really know why this is such a hot item and a hot place to be. It's really phenomenal. Dwight, tell us a little bit about why the timing and position is so important to you. You're an educated man. You own your own law firm. You understand business. What is time and position? Why is it so important?
It was pretty a simple concept for those of us who have been health-oriented, and we've all been through different variations where you're talking about your eating habits, your exercise habits. And Marvy Wright said something last night, very simplistic. This is about a business of sharing, not selling. And to be in a company that's a young company, less than a year old, with less than 5,000 members, and with the growth potential, and plus the industry that we're in, and as the generation gets older, we are positioned properly to be able to be at the ground floor or something as opposed to the opposite end. So the timing is just phenomenal. The reasons that the business is going to be successful is because you don't have to sell the product. You just need to share the product.
I'm back, too, by the way, Pastor Dale.
Are you back? Okay.
Yes, that was great. And I know Dwight said everything that I was thinking. But again, and Dwight, you're absolutely right. I caught the last tell of that. And Pastor Dale, may I answer your question that you
asked? Yes.
Basically, what
I think we lost you again, Denise.
I think so too, Pastor.
Okay, you cannot. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, you cannot duplicate what happened in that room on the Super Saturday. You cannot duplicate the information, the way it was presented. You cannot duplicate how it felt, the emotions. You cannot duplicate the excitement level. And that is why people have to and need to get there and see it and be a part of it for themselves.
That is rich. That is really rich. You're exactly right. you know, we always talk about big things happen at big events. And this is some of the big things that we're talking about, you know, having your team motivated, see what you see, hear what you hear, all at the same time, and take off running. Well, that's going to be the same thing that happens in Las Vegas. You know, if you've never been to Las Vegas before, you know, let me tell you, big things happen in big events, but especially in Las Vegas. So you definitely want to get to Las Vegas with your people. It's going to be an amazing, amazing ride. Let me bring in my partner, and I know she may have some questions or something, comments to make. Pastor D, are you with us?
Yeah, I am. Hi, Denise. Hi, Dwight. Denise, I know you were so excited in preparation for this big event that just passed. I just pictured you on stage at the East Coast Regional, how you took center stage and just shared your heart and the passion. But I agree with you 100%. You cannot attend a big event and then come back and try to duplicate it or try to tell somebody what they missed. It just doesn't go justice. It doesn't justice. You really have to attend these big events to get the fullness of what's taking place. And it's such a transformation that takes place in each individual person when you attend the big events. It's something that each and every one really needs to see. Something supernatural happens. And all that love and passion comes together. And as we're hearing, as Denise and Dwight are sharing, we can only imagine what that was like to be in that atmosphere. And Dwight, I just love hearing your passion about the results that you are getting from taking the vitamin praise. And it's such a good feeling when you're taking something and it just totally makes you feel completely better. You know, you got the energy, or you don't have that ache or that pain. You're just feeling 100% better. So I hear that passion, that joy that came through as you were taking the praise and getting the results and reading about glutathione and then discovering, after knowing about the importance of glutathione, and then discovering you had it right in the palm of your hand. How was that, Dwight?
Absolutely outstanding.
And, I love what you shared about that glutathione. I tell you, one thing I have learned this year, I've learned a whole lot about nutrition this year, and I've learned a whole lot about what's important to put in this body. And all the years of my life, I never had one doctor ever tell me the importance of what I've learned this year in regards to health. And it's so wonderful that people like you, Dwight, and Denise have done the research on the ingredients and bringing them to the calls and sharing the testimonies, because now we can all learn how to better take care of ourselves. So thank you all for taking leadership role. Now, Denise, you said you discovered you was leaving money on the table. Now, what were you leaving on the table, Denise?
Lots of money. Okay. I did it because this is a dual core binary. People need to understand what they have their arms wrapped around. It is powerful. The fact that you are being paid twice. Yeah, so that is something I didn't know. Also, we have got, if you're not a team builder and you're on this call, become a team builder tonight.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're going to cry. If they're not a team builder, tell them, when they discover what they've been leaving on the table, they're going to cry, aren't they?
They're going to cry. Yeah, they're going to cry a river of tears. There is so much opportunity that opens up for you as a team builder. The illustration, Pastor Dell, that you shared, I'm a very visual person. I can read, I can listen, I can, kind of dig through things. But when you show it to me, the way you showed it, the way that Mel showed it with finding the aces in the cards, I get it. And that is what happened this weekend. We got it. Pastor Steve, I have to say this too. You may be in the 10 business, but until you go to an event, the 10 business is not in you.
Yep, that's true. That's true. And then once it gets in you, you're going to know that you are right where you're supposed to be. And doors and ideas and visions and your creativity is just going to jump forth like never before. I so agree with that, Denise. Pastor Dale, it sounds like we're going to have to have a day where we can really break down that compensation part to everyone so they can really know, like Denise said, she didn't know she was leaving money on the table. But Pastor Dale, can you just mention quickly, how would you sum up the importance of being a team builder. And everyone knows a team builder is when you have your left and your right. It's good that you're signed up, you're a diamond member, and you're retailing, okay, that's good. But if you're not a team builder, which means you have your left and your right, can you just share quickly what Denise is talking about and what they're leaving on the table by not being a team builder?
Well, absolutely. If Pastor Denise is my sponsor and she signs me up, and she signs me up on her left and somebody up on her right, she becomes a team builder because she has her first two people. Okay, and then I go out and I sponsor only one person on my right. So say I sponsor Denise Moore on my right, and Denise goes out and sponsors her two. She sponsors Dwight, and then she sponsors Peggy. So now Pastor Denise, my sponsor, is a team builder. I'm not a team builder, but Denise Moore is a team builder. So that $25 that I was supposed to get, because Denise sponsored two people on her left and right, those $50, 25 each, will go up, and it will look at me and it'll say, "Do you qualify to get this money?" And if I'm not a team builder, because I didn't sponsor my other person on my right, if I'm not a team builder, it's going to say, "Well, you're not a team builder. You don't qualify for the team builder bonus." So it'll go by me, right past me, and it'll go right directly to Pastor Denise. It'll look for the next person in line who is a qualified team builder. So many people go out and they get excited and they get somebody who's really rocking and rolling on their left, and that person gets busy moving, and they get so excited about that person's business and helping them grow their business, they forget to put their other person on the opposite side so that they can lock in their team builder status. And every time that other person that they're so excited about brings in new people, $25 goes right past them and goes to the next person above them that's qualified for the team builder bonus. So what happens is a lot of people are missing out on the team builder bonus just because they didn't come in and quickly get their left and their right. So that's just one of the pieces to the compensation plan that pays us really, really generously. But if you are not a team builder, you'll miss it. You'll leave that money on the table, and it'll go to the next qualified team.
Yeah. And that's just a little summary of it. But then there's another way you're losing by not having your left and your right, and that's the carryover. And we're not going to get into that. But, I mean, you all are leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table when you don't have your left and your right, when it comes to team builder bonus and when it comes to the carryover. So, we'll set a day next week so we can really kind of help to break down the compensation plans so you all can understand. Remember, Team Up Network, we get paid 10 different ways. Pastor always say 11 different ways, actually, now with the Exotic Car Program. But 11 different ways just from sharing what it is that we do. And that's what makes Team Up Network a beautiful company to work with. It's like Dwight said. Dwight said, I was still in network marketing. But anyone who knows network marketing, and you come into a company like Team Up Network, we have a product that works, a product that everyone needs and wants and is looking for, and then we have a compensation plan that is like none other. You know that you have come into the right company. Then you have CEOs like Melanie McGill who said, we want to make it safe for those who've been burnt in their marketing companies before. We want to make it safe for you to come back home and build your business and develop yourself and make your dreams reality. And so we have a beautiful thing happening, as you can hear, through Denise Moore, through her passion, through Dwight and Peggy. And as you're going to hear in Las Vegas, as many people take the stage and share their life-changing experience that they have had from being a part of Team Up Network. It's been a great call. Denise, thank you so much for sharing. Dwight, thank you so much for sharing. And I know you talked about that 80-20 rule, so we'll have to talk about that 80-20 rule also. Maybe we get you to come back and explain that one, Dwight, huh?
It would be my pleasure.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Pastor Dale, I think that's it for today. We can go out to the UK and see if Dr. Nita Poole is there to bring us our pool for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
Yes, we can. Good morning. How are you?
I am great. And whoa, these calls are absolutely on fire. And yeah, absolutely, Denise. Glutathione is smoking hot ingredient, as well as all the other ingredients in our TEN sprays. And wow, that call with Mel and Amy starting off December, whoa, that was hot.
Yeah, it was.
And yeah, glutathione is so incredibly important. Here's some more headlines, folks. Dirty diesel death toll hits 60,000 in the UK. Dirty diesel, one of the prime ingredients in dirty diesel that's very, very toxic is nitrogen dioxide, responsible for huge number of deaths they're finding. Now, that's just in the air, folks. So, we need glutathione just because obviously glutathione is an antioxidant. It mops up free radicals. It mops up toxins. Obviously, we don't claim that it's going to mop up absolutely everything that's out there, but the greater our antioxidant, natural body antioxidant level, the greater our resistance is going to be to all the pollution that's in the air, that's coming out of diesel, that's coming out of cars, that's coming out of lots of different places, even in the water. Yeah, the environmentalists, and I quote, environmentalists say there is increasing evidence that human and animal medicines are polluting waterways and putting wildlife and people at risk. And here I'm quoting the words that were actually said. The threat is highlighted in a new report recently. 30 to 90% of any medicine that we take ends up excreted back into the waterways. The problem is that once in the waterways, even if it's not detected at a high concentration in the waterways, at every level it gets consumed, the percentage, the concentration goes up. So, for example, the water that then plants take up the water, the animals eat the plants, other animals eat those animals, humans end up eating those animals. Each time, as it's consumed, the concentration goes up, basically, per cell, per tissue, per space, as it were. So, this is a very, very serious problem. And again, we need antioxidants. We need a good level of antioxidants just to even fight what is in the water. Examples of chemicals that, drug chemicals that have been found in water are things like aspirin, paracetamol, diazepam, which is Valium, beta blockers, which are basically, for heart conditions and for blood pressure, parts of the human contraceptive pill, ibuprofen, which is an anti-inflammatory. These are very serious drugs, basically, that if they are in a system they're not supposed to be in the system, they could potentially cause problems. So we need good level of antioxidants in our bodies to even fight any of this, basically. So really, really important. And, these problems are not just reserved to the West. These problems are all over the world, basically. And in the East, unfortunately, the developing world is getting rid of more and more and more of its electronic gadgets to the East and the Third World, where they have a burgeoning disposal trade. Now, that disposal industry is not as regulated as it is in the West. And therefore, the East is often put at risk, in a way, to increasing pollution from these gadgets, basically, because obviously there's toxic chemicals in gadgets. So while we are all getting more and more and more internet and gadget conscious, we need to remember that some of this is also polluting the atmosphere, polluting the waters, and polluting other people's health, as well as, in the end, our own health. So we need to, again, what's another factor regarding the TEN sprays? We need to keep our antioxidant level as high as possible. Even the daily drinks that are being marketed out there, in fact, it really made me laugh, Denise, Dale, and everyone on the call, because there was this huge advert taken out in a prime newspaper that I saw recently. I won't name the brand, but it's one of the most high-selling brands that are out there in terms of drinks. The reality is it has no goodness in it whatsoever. What made me laugh is it was marketed as more choice, less calories. Do you know our drinks do not contain any sugar or calories? We now are using stevia leaf for our sweetener. It didn't say that actually every single other ingredient in it is of no use to the body. So, what I'm describing to you folks is, we are prone to very, very clever marketing. But the truth is, we don't need those drinks for energy. We do need Cell Energy and B Boost for energy and Super 10. And we do need our healthy TEN sprays to keep our body in balance and to fight what is out there in terms of pollution. In fact, even in schools, I heard on the radio, they're looking at trying to introduce new air filtration systems because of the amount of pollution that's in the air and the time that young children have to spend in school, often indoors, and therefore they're subject to the pollution. So, whether we're young, middle-aged, or elderly, we need to be able to fight off what is in the air, what is in the water, what is in the food that we eat, what is in the gadgets that we use, what is in what we drink. And one of the ways, it's not the only way, but one of the ways, a natural way, is obviously keeping our antioxidant level high, like the glutathione level, through natural substances like the TEN spray. So big things we have here. Michael Jordan said, you must expect great things of yourself before you can do them. So we have great things in our hands. We need to expect great things out of ourselves in order to do as much good as we can. Jim Ryan said, motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. And, Mel and Amy have said to us, share. So it's all about habit. Dale Carnegie said, people rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. And wow, we are having fun here. And Mel always says to us, if we're not having fun, we're not doing the business right. Have fun, share, and literally you will grow, as you have fun, basically. So Ella Wilcox said, there is no chance, no destiny, no fate that can hinder or control the firm resolve of a determined soul. Let's be determined to make December, January, February some of the best months ever in the lead up to the March meeting. George Lorimer said, you've got to get up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. Exactly as Mel and Amy said, it's what we reap today is going to give us our best years yet. So let's go for it, folks. Lastly, John Maxwell said, success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. And my goodness, with the TEN sprays and fantastic income opportunity, we have seeds that can benefit others. Back to you, Denise.
Wow, Dr. Sewell, I love that quote where you said we have to wake up with determination that you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. I like that. Woo, T-shirt. Thank you so very much. And Denise, Laura, and Derek and Peggy, thank you all so very much for sharing your stories. We're so looking forward to having you back on the call with us again. Dr. Pastor Dale, do you have anything to say before we close the call? Pastor Dale, you still there? Okay, and if not,
what I'm saying is that I'm sorry, my phone was on mute. Glad having you guys on the call, and we're looking forward to working with you guys there in the Midwest. Let's build it so they can come, and we'll come out and do something for you every 60 days. Just get some teams together and get it going.
Yeah, and that goes for each region. I mean, Kevin Vaughn took advantage of scheduling a big event in Atlantic City, as you know, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan took advantage. Pat Lowe and her team in North Carolina took advantage of scheduling the big events and having either Pastor Dell or myself or Pastor Dell and both of us come in the area just to help you to grow your teams in your area. So, and Mel just said the fast way of growing your business is through the big events and promotion. So let's do what's fun, and these big events are fun. Denise, wasn't the big event fun? Dwight, wasn't it fun?
Absolutely.
So let's have fun. Like Dr. Pooja said, Mel Gill says that if you're going to grow this business, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So let's schedule a big event and let's have fun and grow your team. And let's not do like Denise said, let's not leave the money on the table. We're going to have Pastor Dell on one day next week, and we'll let you know what that day is. And we're just going to talk about the comp plan. So if you just want to bring your team members on, and if you want to invite your guests, it'll be up to you. But we'll select the day where we'll just really go over the compensation plan just to make sure everybody really understands how that plan is really set up to really bless you and to be a blessing to you and to be a blessing to others. Let's not forget the 10 extravaganza. We're challenging all executives. Get your team to this 10 extravaganza. Everyone that is an executive, get your entire team to the 10 extravaganza. I think it's going to take place Saturday, March the 14th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Once again, tickets will go on sale this coming Friday. And keep in mind, the tickets will not be sold at the door in Las Vegas. Please make note of that. They will not be sold at the door. So you will have to get them before March the 1st. And the promotion is taking place this month. You have a few weeks left to make that happen. And you're going to want to be a team builder if you're not. So if you're going to really focus on being a team builder, you can take advantage of this promotion. Get 2 new diamond members, one on your left, one on your right, and help those 2 to do the same thing, and you win a free mini iPad. Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here today. It is Wednesday. Today we will have Pastor Don Joseph on tonight. It's Wednesday. Don Joseph is on tonight. We'll be on the call tonight to share some more great things that's happening here on Team Up Network. That call will be 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So please join Pastor Don Joseph tonight. Join the Spanish call that would take place at 9:10 Pacific this morning, and that would be 12:10 Eastern Standard Time. So if you have Spanish-speaking friends, put them on the call and let them hear also the great things that's happened and hear about the announcements about the 10 extravaganza, the big birthday celebration that's taking place on March the 14th, 2015. Thank you all for being here today. It's been a phenomenal call. Be back with us again tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And know this, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all. Have a blessed day on purpose. Mwah.